Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Izuku Midoriya wielded idol Transfiguration Part 1. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see Part 2, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story 𝗵𝘃𝗧𝗵𝗲 from Wattpad. So let's start the video. It was a cold morning. The hunger, the cold, it's unbearable, but I can't die. I refuse to fall like this. I walk for a while, and as the morning goes on it gets warmer. I see some girls playing in the playground. Hello. 2. Hey. Who are you? Me. And my name is Izuku, and you? Izumi. My name is Izumi Midoriya. These are 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪 dearest and 𝗪𝗃𝗧𝗟𝗘 𝗪𝗏𝗃 Izumi. My name is Izumi Midoriya. These are 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪 dearest and 𝗪𝗃𝗧𝗟𝗘 𝗪𝗏𝗃 Izumi. My name is Izumi Midoriya. These are 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪 dearest and 𝗪𝗃𝗧𝗟𝗘 𝗪𝗏𝗃 𝐎𝐻 hi. Katsumi. Hey Katsumi. Hey. Katsumi. Hey cherry. Hi. Me. Did you have food? Me. Did you have food? Faints Izumi. What happened? Katsumi. We'd better take him somewhere else. POV narrator. They take him to Izumi's house. Izumi. Mother. Yes, what happened? Izumi. I don't know. He asked if we had food and he fainted. Put him on the couch, I'll prepare something. Izumi. Alright. The girls put him on the couch. Cherry. Is he going to be okay? Izumi. I'm sure my mom will help. After a few minutes, Izuku wakes up. Izuku, I'm glad you woke up. The woman hands Izuku some meat soup and he eats it quickly, even though it's hot. Whoa, slow down, you'll end up getting burned. Izuku finishes eating tea. Thank you very much. It's been about 4 days since I've eaten anything. Inko. My name is Inko Midoriya. I would like to ask where your parents are. Izuku. I don't know. My mother abandoned me about 2 years ago, I think. Inko. What kind of mother would do that? Izuku. Life is not easy for boys. Many of them even reach 2 years old, as there are many mothers who prefer to abort their child just because it is a boy, or even kill their children for that all. Izuku. Well, thanks anyway for the food. I guess I'd better go. Izumi. Go where? Izuku. Back to the streets. I don't have a home family or anything like that. Inko. Stay here. I can take care of you. Izuku. I don't want to be a bother. Inko. Nonsense. You know what, boy? What's your name? Izuku. And my name is Izuku. Inko. From now on you are Izuku Midoriya. I will adopt you. Izuku then widens his eyes. Izuku. Are really? Inko. Yes. From now on you are my son. Izuku starts to cry. Inko. Is there a problem? Izuku. And no, it's just that it's the first time someone is being kind to me. I am crying with happiness. They smile. Inko. Welcome to the family, son. Izuku. Alright, mom. Inko. Well, we don't have an extra room, so you'll have to sleep with Izumi. Izuku. No problem. Izumi. Why? Now I have a brother. Inko. Izuku. Come with me. I think you need a shower and also to brush your teeth. Izuku follows her to the bathroom. He takes his shower and brushes his teeth with an extra toothbrush that no one used, so much so that it was still in the packaging. Inko. Izumi, Katsumi, Shoko and Cherry, stay with Izuku. I'll go buy him some clothes. Inko leaves the house. Shoko. Izuku. I don't know if it's personal, but how did you get those scars? Izuku. What scars? Shoko. The ones that are on your face and on your wrist. Izuku. Oh, I don't know. I've had them for as long as I can remember. Katsumi. Wait, if you don't know since when or how you did it, was it your old mother who did it? Izuku. Maybe yes, maybe not. Cherry. What do you mean, maybe not? Izuku. Just think about it. If my mother hurt me, why would she put stitches on me? So it doesn't make much sense. I doubt she would have, and she or someone else would have put those stitches on me. Cherry. Yeah, it makes sense. Izumi. How did you last so long? Izuku. I survived with what I had, scraps that I got from other places, rainwater when it rained. It's not an ideal life, but it was enough to live. Shoko. It's sad, but at least now things will start to work out. Izuku. Yes, I hope so. They start playing some board games, and after about an hour or two Inko returns. Inko. I bought you some clothes. Izuku. He takes the clothes. Izuku. I loved it, Mom. Inko, I'm glad you liked it. It's afternoon. How about we go to the park again? This time I'm going with you. All Inko, yes. They return to the playground. Izuku, what are we going to play? Izumi, pick it up, it's with you. She puts her finger on Izuku. Izuku quickly catches up to her and puts his finger on her too. Izumi, hey, how are you so fast? Izuku, I don't know. She runs after Izuku, but soon gives up seeing that she won't catch him, so she goes after Katsumi and manages to catch her. Then she also tries to catch Izuku, but without success, and this repeated for a long time. None of the girls managed to catch Izuku. Katsumi, how do you do it? Izuku, how do I get what? Katsumi, being so fast, and even without looking you can dodge us. Izuku, I have no idea. Cherry, well, it's getting late, we'd better go home. Inko, yes. Inko takes her car and takes each of them to their homes. First Katsumi's. Katsumi, see you tomorrow. Then Shoko, see you tomorrow. And finally Cherry. Cherry, see you tomorrow. Afterwards, she returns home with Izuku and Izumi. Inko, we get home, I'm going to prepare dinner, then you two take a shower for dinner. Izuku and Izumi, right. Everyone takes a shower and after the shower they wait for dinner. Inko, and for dinner Katsudon. Izumi, yay, my favorite. Izumi, yay, my favorite. She starts eating and Izuku tries it. Izuku, that's great. Inko, I'm glad you liked it. After they have finished eating, they will brush their teeth and then go to sleep. Izumi, good night, brother. Izuku, good night, sister. Izuku, well, things started to get better. Mom said she's going to put me in school now, so will I make new friends there too? Inko, Izuku, get ready for your first day at school. Me, right, Mom. I get ready and go to the living room to wait for my mother to go to school, and on the way. Izumi, are you looking forward to your first day at school? Me quite. Mom drops us off at school and we go to class. Teacher, as you noticed, we have a new person here. Introduce yourself. Me, my name is Izuku Midoriya, nice to meet everyone. Are you Izumi's brother? Me, yes, I was recently adopted. 2. Laughs, do you have a quirk? Me, I don't have it. 2. Haha, no one else but her and 2 other girls were laughing. Teacher, very funny. You 3, straight to coordination. The 3 leave the room. Izumi, don't worry, brother, everything will be fine. Me, I hope so. Katsumi, don't worry, we'll make sure everything goes smoothly. I smile. Me, I hope so. A few years passed, more precisely 10 years, now we are 16, the same 3 girls who laughed at me on my first day became girls who never missed the opportunity to make fun of me, but after a while I stopped caring about them. I don't even know why. Well, now a lot has changed. Shoka has become quieter around other people. With me and the other 3 she continues to interact, but much less than before. Well, now a lot has changed. Shoka has become quieter around other people. With me and the other 3 she continues to interact, but much less than before. Cherry ended up becoming more energetic, especially when she's around me. Cherry ended up becoming more energetic, especially when she's around me. Katsumi gets more irritated with others. Only calms down when I ask her to. Katsumi gets more irritated with others. Only calms down when I ask her to. Izumi is quite close to herself. She only talks to me and the girls. As for me, I am quite quiet except around girls, and you could also say that I have discovered the nature of my soul as. For me, I am quite quiet except around girls, and you could also say that I have discovered the nature of my soul. For those who are curious, I made these arts using AI. The website is 𝗵𝗃, but I had to do the scars, gray eyes and blue hair by hand. For those who are curious, I made these arts using AI. The website is 𝗵𝗃, but I had to do the scars, gray eyes and blue hair by hand. We were having our normal classes. At the moment it was history class. After a certain PRD of class we go to. Me? Well, we recently started high school, but what do you plan to do after that? Cherry, I think about going to UA. Shoka, the same goes for me. Izumi, for me too. Katsumi, also. And you? Izuku? Me, 𝗏𝗏, I think I'll also try UA, since they opened up the possibility for men to take the test too. Cherry, Izu, do you have any plans for this? Me, yes, but for now it will remain a secret. Do not make me laugh. One of the girls who was always making fun of me appeared. Men have no chance of entering unless it is in the general studies section. Me, if you're referring to the part about me not having a quirk, I don't care. If you want you have a good quirk, all you do is twist your body, and the worst part is that it's not even like your body was made of RBB. If you twist it, manually you will have to untwist it. She was clearly uncomfortable. Me, well, if that's all you had to say or maybe try to make fun of me, know that you're wasting your time here. She leaves there huffing in anger. Shoka, Izu, tell the truth, do you have a plan? Me, yes, everything is fine now. Izumi, how do you have so much confidence in that, brother? Me, I have my ways. The bell rings me. Well, we better get back. We still have some classes to go. We went back to the classroom, 2 more classes passed and now it was philosophy class. Teacher, very well class, now in this class we are going to have a question which is what came first? The body or the soul? Do you think the soul inhabits the body or does the body shape itself around the soul? The other students started to discuss the subject. All except Cherry think that the soul inhabits the body. Cherry, I think the body molds itself around the soul. Me, I think so too. Look at the simp. Ha. Me, if you want, I can try it now. Ha, I highly doubt it. I go in front of the class and with one blow I hit my wrist, almost cutting off my hand all. Me, relax, I'm fine Izumi. What do you mean, your hand is almost falling off? My hand starts to regenerate and returns to its place. Cherry, how did you do that? Me, as I said, the body molds itself around the soul. I'm not healing myself, I'm just maintaining the shape of my soul. That's my enchantment. Izumi, what do you mean by enchantment? Me, my ability is to contact the soul and change its shape. This is called idle transfiguration. I have already done several tests and I turn my fingers into blades. Me, no matter how much I tamper with the shape of my soul, it is not lethal or harmful to me, so I can shape the shape of my soul as much as I want. Katsumi, Izuku, that's amazing. Why didn't you ever tell us? Me, it's very simple, I just wanted to surprise you. More specifically, I would show you this before the UA entrance exam that we are going to take in about 3 years. Teacher, that's amazing. You managed to answer a very old question in philosophy. Me, it's quite interesting if you think about it. Izumi, can you do anything else? Me, I can transmute other people too if I touch them. This is only lethal if I really completely deform the person, but that's not my goal. It's also possible to use this to heal other people, but I'm still in the learning phase. Izuku POV, well, I have 2 or 3 years to train to get into UA, so I better start soon. I'm thinking about training, I need to do some experiments. I took classes normally during the week. At the weekend I'm thinking about going to a forest for training. Izumi, where are you going, brother? Me, I'm going to go train. If I want to pass the UA exam I need to train a lot. Izumi, can I go with you? Me, you know. Izumi, right? I prepare some things and go to the forest. On the way Izumi and I started talking. Izumi, what do you think you can do for the entrance exam? Me, something I think I can do is transmute my body for whatever the entrance exam is. Izumi, I think I better start training soon too. We started to hear a sword sound. Me, what is this? Izumi and I go look and we arrive in an open area that leads to a cave and we see a person training using a sword. Izumi and I go look and we arrive in an open area that leads to a cave and we see a person training using a sword. Izumi, who is this? Izumi, who is this? Me, the person looks in our direction. For you. Me, my name is Izuku Midoriya and this is my sister Izumi Midoriya. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, me, what? 𝗵𝗃𝗃, my name is 𝗵𝗃𝗃. Me, right, what are you doing? 𝗵𝗃𝗃, I'm training for the UA entrance exam in a few years. Me, I came to train too, do you mind if we train here? This seems like a good place for that. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, no problem. Izumi, she's quite generous. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, she who? Izumi, you me. Izumi, I think you're confusing. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 is a boy. Izumi, wait, what? But the appearance and voice. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, I've had problems like this for as long as I've known each other, but it doesn't matter. Let me ask Izuku, what's your innate technique? Me, my enchantment. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, yes, I assume you have something like that. Me, well, mine is idle transfiguration. It allows me to manipulate souls, but do you also have an enchantment? 𝗵𝗃𝗃, yes, Mine is called Incarnation of the Nine Realms. It allows me to imbue weapons or tools with my energy or even create them, and I can change the form of those weapons or tools to any form of the nine realms, which are Godheim, Mannheim, Jotunheim, Vanaheim, Alfheim, Muspelheim, Svartalfheim, Helheim, and Niflheim, each having their own ability. Me, amazing. But why do you call your charm an innate technique? 𝗵𝘃𝗲, I call it because that's what my power is, an innate technique, something I was born with, because there is a fact. Men cannot possess quirks naturally, however they can have innate jiu-jitsu techniques, or like shamans they call it, sorcery. Have you ever seen strange creatures that don't look human? Me, yes 𝗵𝘃𝗲, these are possibly curses, cursed spirits that arise from the negative emotions of people who don't know how to use jiu-jitsu. Izumi, weight, spirits. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, yes, but don't worry too much, if you were targets you would probably already have died. Not every cursed spirit has the ability to think intelligently. Me, I need to understand more about this 𝗵𝘃𝗲, I can teach you about it, but it will take some time. Me, no problem. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, okay, then try to come on the weekends to learn about it, but we'd better train. Me, right? 3-year time skip time passed and I learned a lot about jiu-jitsu. I learned about the principles of cursed techniques. I also saw the theory about reverse cursed energy and about domain expansion, but these last two were just the theory. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 can use reverse cursed energy, but I still can't use domain expansion. I'm starting to be able to use reverse cursed energy, but I'm still not even close to using domain expansion. Well, the day has arrived, the day of the exam prohibited. Izumi, we better go to UA soon or we'll be late. Me, right Cherry. After the entrance exam Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi have something we want to talk to you about. Izumi and I were with 𝗵𝘃𝗲 at the entrance. When we arrived, 𝗵𝘃𝗲 bumped into someone. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, oh sorry, he looks at a girl much taller than him. No problem. No problem 𝗵𝘃𝗲, what's your name? Luna Hanayama. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, my name is 𝗵𝘃𝗲, nice to meet you. Extends his hand. Luna, pleasure too. Well, we better go to the entrance exam. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, yes, I hope you can pass. Likewise. We head to the entrance exam. First we took the written exam. It was very easy. I finished it in about 10 minutes and I even pointed out an error in the test. I believe it was on purpose that Nezumi took the test that way. When Present Mike was explaining, a blue-haired girl interrupted her, talking without knowing about the 0-pointer blue-haired girl. The pamphlet says there are 4 robots, but it only mentioned 3. That's a shame for a school as prestigious as UANU. She said, pointing at me. Blue-haired girl, why is there a man here? Men should not take the AU admission exam. Me, first of all, the current regulations didn't say anything about men not being able to participate in the entrance exam, so whether or not I want to participate is certainly not your problem. I would say even more so if you hadn't interrupted Present Mike. She was about to explain the 0-pointer, which, as the name suggests, is worth 0 points. And a few years ago they allowed men to take part in the entrance exam, so you are quite uninformed for someone who came to take the exam. The girl bends down in her seat, embarrassed. Present Mike, right, as he said, there is a 4th robot called 0-pointer, which is more like an obstacle, so try to avoid it as much as possible. At the time of the exam I was assigned to City B and a girl seemed nervous about the exam, so I went to talk to her. It was a girl with brown hair. Me, calm down, everything will be fine. Brown-haired girl, thank you. Blue-haired girl, are you trying to distract her? Me, I'm calming her down. You are, stop disturbing me. The gate opens and I shoot ahead. Random one, what is he doing? Present Mike, what are you waiting for? There's no countdown in real life, follow the boy. They start running. I use my transfiguration to change my arms to blades and start chopping some 2- and 3-point robots. In the observation room, narrator POV Izawa, who are these? Point to Izuku, 𝗵𝘃𝗲 and a blonde girl. Nezumi, this girl with blonde hair is called Melissa Shield. Nezumi, this girl with blonde hair is called Melissa Shield. She is my apprentice. Nezumi, hello gal, might the #1 heroine, or should I call you Tashina since it's just us here? Nezumi, hello gal, might the #1 heroine, or should I call you Tashina since it's just us here? Tashina, you can call me Tashina. Nezumi, and to the surprise of most of you, this blue-haired person is a boy named Izuku Midoriya. The others, what? Tashina, a boy. Nezumi, not just one, but 2. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 is also a boy. Vlad Queen, How do these two have quirks? Nezumi. It's their innate techniques, I'll explain more later. Izuku. If these two pass, I want them in my class. The others are surprised. Izuku had never asked to have someone specific in her class. Nezumi. Okay, time to release one of the two 0-pointers. Nezumi presses a red button that releases a giant robot. As soon as Melissa appears, she goes all out and uses one for all and shouts, "Melissa!" Smash! She destroys the robot, but she breaks her arm doing so. So she thinks Melissa thinking, so this is how it all ends. Izuku transmutes his arms into wings and saves Melissa from falling. Izuku, are you okay? Melissa, more or less, I ended up breaking my arm. Izuku sees the brown-haired girl trapped and also lets her go. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 helps Luna. Izuku POV. I hear a bang near where we are, and when I look I hear a bang near where we are, and when I look it's another 0-pointer. Me, I'll deal with him. Melissa, but how are you going to do that? 𝗵𝘃𝗃, with my help. Me, let's go. I use my hand to immobilize the 0-pointer by increasing my arm and hand in size. Me, 𝗵𝘃𝗃 now. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 runs up my arm, and when he gets there, 𝗵𝘃𝗃, Yggdrasil's sword, 𝗵𝘃𝗃 form. He swings his sword and makes a blast of fire melt the 0-pointer. He swings his sword and makes a blast of fire melt the 0-pointer. Then time runs out and a siren alerts you. 𝗵𝘃𝗃 then uses reverse cursed energy and heals the girls. Me, I hope you pass. We leave there and go to the entrance. Outside, Cherry, Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi were waiting for me. Izumi, Cherry, Shoka and Katsumi start talking to me. Izumi, look, let's get straight to the point. The three of us really like you. Shoka, we want to spend the rest of our lives with you. Katsumi, what we wanted to know is would you agree to be our boyfriend? Me, yes. I spent some time reflecting. Me, this is new, but wouldn't it be a problem for us all to be together? Izumi, no, because there are few men in the world. Men can have more than one partner. Me, in that case then I accept your confession. They kiss me and then we say goodbye and go home. Izuku POV. Well, it's been a week since we took the entrance exam. Any moment the letters from UA should arrive. Inko. Izuku, Izumi, your letters from UA have arrived. Izumi, and I ran to get our letters in our room. I opened the letter and there was a holographic disc, and when I started the video it was 𝗫𝗄𝐵. Hello young Midoriya, it's me 𝗫𝗄𝐵. As a projection, I came to tell you your score. You got 90% in the written test, even pointing out an error there. In the practical test you got an incredible 90 points for destruction of robots. However, there is a class of points that was not mentioned before, the points for saving. You and that other boy risked your lives to save 3 girls from the exam by going after the 0-pointer. With your technique you immobilized it, and the other boy finished the 0-pointer, so you got 60 extra points for saving the 3, making you pass the entrance exam first. You're in class 1A, welcome to the Hero Academy. The disc self-destructs. Me, I passed. I start jumping with happiness. Izumi also passed. Izumi, as soon as it's Monday, we'll be at UA. Me, amazing, right? I hope I can do everything right for you. I really want to be able to help other people in the same way that 𝗫𝗄𝐺 does. Me and the girls and 𝗵𝘃𝗃 got together to talk about it. I believe their letters arrived. We met in a square. Me, so, how are you? Shoka, I was recommended, so I didn't take the exam with you, but I passed and I'm in class 1A. Katsumi, I passed and I'm also in 1A. Izumi/Cherry, same for me. 𝗵𝘃𝗃, I'm in class 1A too. Me, I passed too and went to class 1A. It looks like we'll all be together. A few more days passed and we packed our things to go to UA. Getting there I see all the girls and I recognize that blue hair anywhere. It looks like you actually managed to get into UA. I look back and see the brown-haired girl I saved from the exam. I look back and see the brown-haired girl I saved from the exam. Me, I see you too. By the way, my name is Izuku Midoriya. I'm Achiko Uraraka, nice to meet you. Me, what class are you in? Achiko, 1A. And you? Me, I'm in 1A too. Girls, Izuku, where do you know her from? Me, I know her from the entrance exam, I saved her there. Me, I know her from the entrance exam, I saved her there. I looked at Achiko and it looked like her soul had left her body. Achiko, we'd better go to the living room soon. I thought I was going to be murdered. Me, okay. We looked for room 1A for a while. As soon as we arrived in the room, the door was big. It must be for people who have quirks that make them taller. As soon as we arrived in the room, the door was big. It must be for people who have quirks that make them taller. We went in and waited after a while, when the rest of the people arrived. Please take your feet off the table. Katsumi, and why would I do that? 4 eyes. Look, I don't want any trouble, but you're disrespecting school property. Katsumi, and who do you think you are? Tanya. I'm Tanya Ida from Somei Academy. Katsumi. Oh, you're an elite. I'll love then to finish you. Tanya. Finish me. Are you sure you want to be a hero? And you? Points at me. What are you doing here? Me. I came to be a hero like everyone here. Tanya. It is impossible for a man to have passed. You must have. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 loses his temper and points his sword at Tanya's neck. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. If you pass the test just to keep talking no sense, you're just wasting your time here. Stay quiet, I don't want any trouble now. 2. Ah, giant yellow caterpillar. A yellow-haired girl screamed. A yellow-haired girl screamed. Izumi. No way. You are the hero. Eraserhead. Aizawa. I'm surprised you recognized me. Anyway, I'm your teacher for the next 3 years. Meet me at the beta site and put on those tracksuits and get out there. Me. Where do I change? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. And me. Girl with red hair. Hey, aren't you a girl? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I know my looks and voice don't help, but I'm a boy. All me and the other 4. What? Luna, are you really a boy or do you just consider yourself one? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. If your question is am I a biological boy, the answer is yes. Luna, thought. This is going to be fun. Aizawa. Either you change with them or here in the room with me. Me. I think I'll prefer it in the living room. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Same for me. Aizawa blushing. Okay then, after everyone changes and is in the beta terrain. Aizawa. Izuku, since you got first place in the entrance exam, you start in this test, enter the area of that circle and throw this ball as far as possible. Me. Right, I go to the circle and stretch my arm and soften it to look like a WHP. After turning I throw the ball. Aizawa. 690 meters. Everyone else is wide-eyed. Tanya. I order you to leave the hero course now and go somewhere you can. She is trapped by Aizawa's bands. Aizawa. Say something like that again and you'll be expelled. She shuts up. Aizawa. Let's continue the tests. Oh, and the last place will be expelled. Everyone. What? The tests continued. In the speed test I was against this Tanya. Tanya. Prepare to lose. As soon as we could start running, I transmute my legs into cheetah legs. I can shoot and use cursed energy to increase my speed even more. I ended up arriving first. Strength test. Luna had such great strength that it was frightening. The test consisted of us punching a training dummy that recorded strength. In theory this dummy could even resist punches from Gal Might, but when Luna punched him, he simply lost his mind. Luna, oops, I think I got carried away. End of test. Aizawa. Very well. These are the results. Izuku Midoriya, Izumi Midoriya, Katsumi Bakugu, Shoka, Todoroki, Cherry, Dearest, Melissa, Shield, Momo, Yaoyorozu, Stella, Vermilion, Achiko, Uraraka, 𝗵𝗃𝗲𝗄, Luna, Hanayama, Tanya, Ida, Kyoka, 𝗪𝗪𝗀, Azui, Mina, Ashido, Ijira, Kirishima, Denka, Kaminari, Pony, Tsunatori, Toru, Hagakure, Mia, Mineta, Eno. I don't want to be kicked out on the first day. Me. Don't worry, you won't be expelled. Mineta. What do you mean? Aizawa. I lied about the expulsion. Did you know too? Me. Yes. Aizawa. Alright, go back to the room and introduce yourselves to each other in the room. A pink girl stands up. Note. I'm not going to give much description of the things that each person likes, at least the majority. I'm just going to say one thing that they like and don't like about the first 2. Mina. My name is Mina Ashido. My quirk is called acid. I can secrete acid out of my body. I like dancing and I don't like bullies. Momo. My name is Momo Yaoyorozu. My quirk is called creation. It allows me to create non-living things from my body using my lipids. I like reading and I don't like prejudiced people. Kyoka. My name is Kyoka. My quirk is earphone jack. These are these lobes in my ears. With them I can hear things through walls and also use my heartbeat to attack using my earlobes. I like music and I hate people screaming too high. Tanya. My name is Tanya Ida. My quirk is the motors in my legs. They allow me to run faster. I like order and I hate it when they don't follow the rules. Jumping Melissa. My name is Melissa Shield. My quirk is energy reserve. I can deliver very strong blows, move faster with it. The problem is that if I overdo it I could end up breaking my bones. I really like to analyze quirks. Of heroes I hate villains who do what they do just for fun and I also hate bullies. Katsumi. My name is Katsumi Bakugu. My quirk is explosions. In short, my sweat is something else called nitroglycerin. I can ignite this liquid in my hand and generate explosions. I like spicy food. My 𝐒𝐭𝐻, I hate bullies and prejudiced people. 𝗧𝗵𝗲. My name is 𝗧𝗵𝗲 Midoriya. My quirk is pyrokinesis. I can control and create fire with my mind. The only problem is that if I use too much I get a really big headache. I really like my Izuku, analyzing heroes and quirks. I hate bullies, prejudiced people and arrogant people to the point of thinking they are above consequences. Shoka. My name is Shoka Todoroki. My quirk is half cold and half hot. With my right side I can shoot ice and with my left I can shoot fire. I like my 𝗍𝗬. I hate people like my mother. Some were wondering why I was two, but seeing a little about how her mother acts, I start to suspect that her mother did something horrible in the past. Cherry. My name is Cherry Dearest. My quirk is magic. It works like game magic. I love my Izuku, my family. I hate bullies, perverts/perverts. 𝗵𝘃𝗲. My name is 𝗵𝘃𝗲. I don't have a last name. My ability is called Incarnation of the Nine Realms. It allows me to imbue weapons or tools with my energy or even create them, and I can change the shape of these weapons or tools to any shape of the nine kingdoms, which are Godheim, Mannheim, Jotunheim, Vanaheim, Alfheim, Muspelheim, Svartalfheim, Helheim and Niflheim, each having their own ability. But I can also heal people. I like my friend. I hate being underestimated. Luna. My name is Luna Hanayama. My quirk is just called Force of Nature. It amplifies my strength whenever I want. What I like or not is irrelevant at the moment. Right, my name is Izuku Midoriya. My ability is called Idol Transfiguration. It allows me to manipulate my soul and that of any living being I touch. Based on the research I did on my power, the original mass of the body is irrelevant to my power, being able to change the shape of the soul and consequently the shape of the body. Jiro thought, the shape of the body. 𝗵𝗄𝗎. What I like is my family, friends and my girlfriends. Momo. Do you have more than one girlfriend? Me. Yes, they have already introduced themselves, the girls. It's us all others. What? Izuku POV. It's been a few days since we had our first day at UA. My group has also increased. Now Luna and Achiko are also in the group now. We also started to fit in with some girls from class 1B. In this case 𝗵𝘃𝗲 is getting in more with the Luna and another girl from class 1B named and seem to get along really well together. Aizawa. Alright class, one of the students dropped out so there was a change. As you can see my Netta is no longer here. She ended up giving up. So a girl from class 1B was moved here and another girl from class 1C, which is a general studies, has been moved to 1B. You can come and introduce yourself. Then the girl named and enters the room. And, good morning and hello everyone, my name is Sasuke. My quirk is called Shroud. Basically I can create feathers and coat myself with them. They are hard enough to protect me and sharp enough to cut. I hope may we be friends and, good morning and hello everyone. My name is Sasuke. My quirk is called Shroud. Basically I can create feathers and coat myself with them. They are hard enough to protect me and sharp enough to cut. I hope may we be friends. Aizawa. Very well, sit next to Luna. She sat down next to Luna and started talking to 𝗵𝘃𝗲 a little. Luna seemed to be pouting about it. We had a few more classes, but now it was another heroic studies class. I'm 𝗬𝗏𝗏, like a normal person. 𝗬𝗏𝗏, like a normal person. Melissa thinking, this is definitely not normal. 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Achiko, how amazing, the #1 heroine will teach us 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Yes, I'm here today because she pulls out a card showing the class we were going to have. 𝗬𝗏𝗏, combat training. Katsumi, combat Shoka, training. 𝗬𝗏𝗏, yes, you all received your hero clothes, now Gio get dressed up. We went to get dressed. 𝗧𝗵𝗲, you guys looked great. Katsumi, thank you, but where is 𝐒𝐭𝐻? Me, I'm here author. I'm having some flashbacks author. I'm having some flashbacks and they're not very good. Shoka, cool outfit, but why this specific one? Me, I just needed something to give me more freedom to fight. And 𝗵𝘃𝗲, you're wearing the same clothes as the entrance exam, so you couldn't think of anything. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, it's just that I really like this outfit. It was the last outfit my mother made for me before forget me, right 𝗬𝗏𝗏? You all look great in your hero clothes. Anyway, there will be 2 verse fights. One team will be the villain team and the other will be the hero team. The villains must keep a fake bomb under protection or capture the hero team, while the hero team must either capture the villain team or touch the bomb. Any questions? Achiko, last place will be kicked out. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, no. Tanya, are we going to choose our pairs? 𝗏𝗏𝗏, no, the teams will be drawed. Tanya, why draw? Me, just think, we won't always work with people we know when we're heroes. Tanya, it's true now. The teams were Team A Izuku Midoriya and 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗲, Team B 𝗵𝘃𝗲 and Luna Hanayama, Team C Tanya Ida and 𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Team D Shoka Todoroki, and in Sasuke it will only be these teams that will fight in this chapter. 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Team C will be the villains and Team A will be the heroines. Team of the villains can enter and place the bomb. Me, possibly Ida will come after me because apparently she hates me, so the part about capturing the bomb will be up to you, Stella. You can imagine POV narrator. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, team of heroes can enter. As soon as the two enter they start walking until Tanya. There you are. Stella. This is where we part. She starts running and Tanya ignores her and goes after Izuku. Meanwhile, Stella searches and finds the bomb with 𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the 4th floor. She sees 𝗏𝗏𝗏 patrolling the area and mumbling, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, that 4 eyes had to leave me here alone. I said, let's stick together to form a better defense. But she said, I have to win and prove to that stupid man that this isn't his place. I know her and I already hate her. Prejudiced Stella sneakily tried to go to the bomb. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, I saw you. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 then throws an explosion towards Stella and she dodges. Stella, then let's get started. Stella summons her sword and starts fighting 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Both were fighting hard, so 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was preparing a big explosion and Stella was about to launch a very strong flaming attack, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The team of heroes won. 𝗏𝗏𝗏/Stella. The two look at the bomb and see Izuku leaning against it. Stella, how did you deal with Ida and get here without any of us noticing? Izuku, well, flashback. Tanya, I'll prove that this is not your place, you trash. Tanya, I'll prove that this is not your place, you trash. Izuku, okay. She tries to kick Izuku, but he simply increases the size of his hand and throws her against the wall. She hits her head and passes out. Flashback ends. Izuku, let's just say it didn't take long to defeat her. Stella, okay Izuku, let's just go back and take Ida to the infirmary. Stella, you beat her up, right? Izuku, I would say it was a little because of the way she treats me as soon as they return. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, you guys did well. Now the next fight will be Team D as the villains and Team B as the heroes. The villain team can come in and place the bomb. Luna, I have an idea. Try going directly to the bomb. I'm almost sure and will come after me. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, how are you so sure? Luna, intuition. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, right. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, team of heroes can enter. They enter the building, then start walking around until and finds them and, hello Luna. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, go, I have some matters to discuss with her. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 runs and passes by and, unlike Tanya, she tried to stop 𝗵𝗃𝗃, but when Luna was going to punch her, and had to protect herself from the punch and let him go to look for the bomb. Luna, well, I think I have an idea why you wanted to come over. You're interested in him, aren't you? And I think you are too. Luna, maybe the two start to fight. Luna thought, if I use my maximum strength, the building could possibly have problems, so I better be careful, and you can't go all out, right? With 𝗵𝗃𝗃. Shoka, look, I know you helped Midoriya a lot both in the entrance exam and in his training. I'm grateful for that. But I'm not going to take it easy. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, I think you don't understand the gravity of the situation, right? Shoka, what do you want? He makes the following sign with his hand. He makes the following sign with his hand at the observatory. Izuku, wait, he won't. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, any problem? 𝗵𝗃𝗃, domain expansion tree of the 9 realms. Shoka, west. What place is it? Shoka, west. What place is it? 𝗵𝗃𝗃, hella. At the observatory. Achiko, what's going on? It stopped broadcasting. And Izuku, since when did he know how to use domain expansion? 𝗏𝗏𝗏, domain expansion. The environment in the expansion is freezing. Shoka, I'm a little dizzy. As soon as she starts to close her eyes, 𝗵𝗃𝗃 undoes her expansion and Melissa sleeps and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 touches the bomb. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, team of heroes won. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, if it had been another second there you would be dead, but I already had that in mind. So I removed my domain. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 picks up Shoka and starts taking her back. On the way she sees that Luna and are passed out too. 𝗵𝗃𝗃, wow, what happened here? Izuku appears and said he would carry Shoka, so 𝗵𝗃𝗲 starts carrying Luna and on the way to the infirmary. Izuku, since when did you know how to use domain expansion? 𝗵𝗃𝗲, no, I know this is the first time I expanded my domain, I wasn't sure if it would work. Izuku, wow. Izuku POV approximately a week had passed since combat training. During training Luna and had fainted at the same time. From what they had said, no one saw anything, but from what 𝗵𝗃𝗲 explained to me, they were possibly both caught by the expansion of his domain, so they both fainted at that moment. He didn't explain to me how his domain works, he wanted to reveal as less information as possible. From that moment on we started to make friends with a few more people, like Tsuyu, Melissa, and Denka. Some still don't see me in a good light like Tanya, Momo, Kujira. There are others that I haven't started talking to like 𝗵𝗃𝗲 yet. In the classroom 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Today we will go to USJ to do rescue training. Denka. Universal 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Don't you dare make that joke, I'm already tired of hearing it. No, it's unforeseen simulation joint. It's a place where UA students practice rescue simulations in various different situations and environments, put on their hero clothes and go for the bus. I was at the back of the bus with Cherry and Izumi next to me. I was just having some daydreams. Tsuyu, I usually say what comes to my mind. So Melissa, you have a power similar to what 𝗏𝗏 has. Izumi, stopping to analyze it, it's really similar. Melissa starts to break out in a cold sweat. Me thought, she looks worried, it's better to ease it for her. Tsuyu, don't confuse things, 𝗏𝗏 even had super strength, but she didn't break his arms when using her power. Tsuyu, you're right. 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Alright, get off the bus, we're here. Hello, I am the rescue heroine. 13. Hello, I am the rescue heroine. 13. Achiko. 13. Me, you seem to be a big fan of her. Achiko, yes. She is my favorite hero. I'm flattered by that. 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Alright, let's get to the lessons. Okay, first we should start with the dangers of quirks. Denki, what do you mean? It's quite simple actually. I'm going to use my quirk for example, which is a black hole. It's an extremely dangerous quirk. If not used correctly it can cause several deaths, but my focus is still rescuing people. I think ways to get around my quirk to take advantage of it and do the right thing. Me, I understand depending on the quirk, it can be very dangerous for you to use it the way you are used to, which is why you should always look for ways to get around these dangers using your imagination. That's more than right. 𝐈𝐧𝐿. 13. Where is 𝗏𝗏? She had to solve some problems. 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Okay, let's continue. We entered the USJ. After talking for a while longer, a black portal appears, with a bunch of people appearing from inside it, and one of them said after talking for a while longer, a black portal appears, with a bunch of people appearing from inside it, and one of them said after talking for a while longer, a black portal appears, with a bunch of people appearing from inside it, and one of them said, we are the League of Villains and we are here to kill Paragon, but it seems she isn't here yet, so we are going to kill Yui Jiraiya? Cool, they're even fake villains. 𝐈𝐧𝐿. Those aren't fake, they're real. 13. Protect the students. Izumi, 𝗧𝗏 ask for reinforcement at school. 𝗧𝗏, ugh, right. Kuroga, don't leave her. I transfigure my arm and hand to give Tanya a boost. I was so quick and transmuted my other arm and attacked the mist villain, so she didn't have time to react, and the other villain was going to try to touch me, but she looks at me and Toma. Oh sorry, my name is Toma Shigaraki. Besides killing 𝗏𝗏, we also have the objective of capturing you, and I want a new toy by the way. Where is the other boy too? Cherry slash and get out. Throws fire and some feathers at Toma, but she dodges. I move away and the fog villain spreads us across the USJ. I see myself in the flooded region. I was with Melissa. Tsuyu, Melissa, the situation is not very favorable for us. Tsuyu, actually it's not. There are villains in the water who won't let us pass. Me, I think I have an idea that could help us. I transfigure some insects and fish into creatures and throw them into the water. Melissa, how did you do that and how does it help? Me, this is a distraction, come on. Tsuyu jumps in with Melissa and me and we swim to a point where there is no more water. Me, let's keep following. When we arrived at the center I saw 𝐈𝐧𝐿 was being held by something. When we arrived at the center I saw 𝐈𝐧𝐿 was being held by something. Me, 𝐈𝐧𝐿. I run to her. Toma, it won't help. Silly, for some reason she let go of 𝐈𝐧𝐿 and came at me and she twisted her arm. Wait, isn't that the girl who was bothering me and disappeared? She punched me hard and Toma, 𝗧𝗏, what's the problem? I didn't say Tio attack him. The thing doesn't listen and keeps punching me. Me thought, could it be? Wait, that's it. She punches me again. Me thinking, this is death. I open my mouth and me, domain expansion. Me, Self-embodiment of perfection. Toma. W. What? West, what place is this? Me. I have to admit, I really appreciate it the thing tries to come up again, but I transfigure it into a flesh capsule and break my grip. Toma. What? Me. You look broken, Toma. What do you mean? Me. I can see that in your soul, there is someone scared, sad and alone in a way, Toma. Why you don't know me? I can't remember how I lived with my first mother, but I know she's not a good person. After all, she abandoned me on the streets when I was a little boy, but I managed to find good people. I think that you should start looking too. Toma looked shocked and kind of sad about it. Then reinforcements arrived and the villains retreated. 𝗵𝘃𝗲. It seems that you have also awakened your domain expansion. Me. Yes. Izuku POV. After the USJ incident, we were given 3 days off to recover from the villain's attack, so we would have some time to relax a little. On the first day I went to train with 𝗵𝘃𝗲 to improve our jiu-jitsu techniques, so our day basically boiled down to this. On the second day the girls and I decided to go out for a bit, just the 5 of us. Izumi, we could go to a park and then go to a crepe shop that opened near the 𝗬𝗵𝗲. I think it might be a good thing. Cherry, I've never tried a crepe before. Me? Well, neither do I. I think it could be a good experience. First we decided to go to the city park. We started to see some children playing. Me. Do you remember when we were kids and we played a lot in this park? This is exactly where you found me and saved me, Cherry. I remember. Good times, Shoka. I remember that even when we were exhausted, Izuku was still very energetic. Certain things never change. Izumi. Yes, but I hope Izuku doesn't really change. I love him that way. Katsumi. I think the 4 of us love him the way he is. Me. Thank you very much. I also love you all just the way you are, Cherry. We could also watch a movie. It's still morning and the cinema is close to the crepe shop from what I heard. Me. That's a good idea. Which movie would you like to see? Izumi, how about One Piece Red? Me, sounds good. Katsumi, that's fine with me too. After the movie we left and started heading to the crepe shop. Me. I liked the movie. Izumi, yeah, even though it's not canon, the film was really cool. Cherry, I really liked Yuta's Devil Fruit. You know, I really like music because of my parents, and knowing that there is such a devil fruit is interesting. While we were going to the store we met someone from our class. Me. Isn't that Stella? Izumi, yes. Me. Hey Stella. She looks at us and comes here. Stella, hello, I remember you are my classmates. You are Katsumi, Cherry, Shoka, Izumi and Izuku. Yes, at school I didn't have many opportunities to talk and make friends with you. To me you seem like a really nice person, not to mention cute. Stella blushes and Stella, baka. She gives me a hard hit on the head. Me. W. What's that for? Stella, don't say things like that in public. Why, you can't go around praising other girls like that. What if you have a girlfriend? Cherry, actually, the 4 of us here are his girlfriends, but we know that he does this without realizing it, or if he does realize it, he does it in innocence. The 5 of us are childhood friends, so we know each other very well. Stella, alright, I'm sorry. Me. No problem. Smiles. She seems to get redder. Me. Well, the girls and I were planning to go to a crepe shop that opened nearby. Stella, I can go with you. I really like crepes. Me. Neither Cherry nor I have ever tried it. Stella, this needs to be fixed immediately. I'm sure you'll love it. We went to the store. Stella, I recommend this one to you too. First. Stella, I recommend this one to you too. First. Stella, I recommend this one to you too. First. Stella and I ordered these chocolate and strawberry crepes while Cherry ordered the chocolate and banana ones. Stella and I ordered these chocolate and strawberry crepes while Cherry ordered the chocolate and banana ones. Stella and I ordered these chocolate and strawberry crepes while Cherry ordered the chocolate and banana ones. Then the other girls asked for these. Then the other girls asked for these. Me thinking, cute. Stella, what happened? Cherry, he must think you're cute. Stella, why are you thinking about that? Izuku, me. Cherry guessed. Me. Cherry guessed Stella, be baka. She gives me another hit. Me. OW, again. Why is that? Izumi, it's just 𝗧𝗏 being 𝗧𝗏. Stella, I'm not 𝗧𝗏. Izumi, yes you are. Me. What is 𝗧𝗏? Izumi, 𝗧𝗏 is a term from here for a personality that is initially aggressive, which alternates with a more kind one. 𝗧𝗏 is a combination of 2 words, 𝗧𝗏 and 𝗎𝗏𝗏. 𝗧𝗏 is onomatopoeia for cold, blunt, and 𝗎𝗏𝗏 means to become kind/loving. Me. Oh, I see. So Katsumi would also be 𝗧𝗏. Katsumi, W. What? Of course. Me. In front of other people you don't show it, but when we're alone you act similar to 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗃. She gives me a hard hit. Cherry, yeah, apparently she's at Sundra too after we left there. Me. Today was really cool, Cherry. Yes, as soon as we were returning we went to the park again and spent some time there. Stella. Today was really fun. Me. Yes, I loved spending this time with all of you. Stella, we'll see you at school. Cherry. Yes, thought. Something tells me she's going to start having feelings for Izuku author. So far it was a chapter well reused from another, but from now on it's the new part. It will be as soon as the days passed we went back to school. Aizawa, Izuku and 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Nezumi wants to talk to you. Tanya. Finally they will be. Aizawa. Shut up, Tanya, she already told me who won't be expelled. Me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 went to Nezumi's room. Nezumi. Well, I guess you guys don't know why you're here, right? Me, yes. Nezumi. I'll get straight to the point. You two are Jiu-jitsu sorcerers, right? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Yes, Nezumi. Did you know that Jiu-jitsu schools existed? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I knew that sorcerers existed, but I didn't know that there were schools for that. I only knew sorcery because my mother left notes with me before she died so that I could learn about sorcery. Nezumi. I see. I would like to make a proposal. Me, what would it be? Nezumi. You have a double journey, one of becoming heroes and the other of becoming more experienced sorcerers. There are certain situations that not even heroes can intervene in because they are curses, but you two being sorcerers and heroes can even intervene in these cases where heroes cannot act. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. 𝗬𝗵𝗲 accept me. Me too. Nezumi. Right? You will be exempt from certain classes if you take a certain test and pass with at least 60% approval. Me. When will the test take place? Nezumi. In 2 days. In those 2 days we both studied like hell to be able to do well on the test. As soon as we took the tests they were corrected by Nezumi. I ended up with an 80% mark on the test while 𝗵𝗃𝗲 got a 70% mark on the test. So, as a result, we were exempt from some subjects. Nezumi took us to the jiu-jitsu school the next day. From what she told us we would be part of a team with 3 people as soon as we arrived. Hell. You must be my students too, right? Hello. You must be my students too, right? Me? Yes, but who are you? Gojo. My name is Satoru Gojo. Follow me, you will meet 3 more people. He takes us to a group of 3 people. Gojo. This here is Yumi Itadori. Gojo. This here is Yumi Itadori. Itadori. Hello. Gojo. This is Megumi Fushiguro. Gojo. This is Megumi Fushiguro. Megumi. Hey Gojo. And this is Nobara Kujisaki. Gojo. And this is Nobara Kujisaki. Nobara. Hi Gojo. Well, guys, meet 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and Izuku. They will be my students too. Itadori. Really? Nice to meet you. Me, likewise. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. It'll be cool to study with you too, but I think Izuku and I still have to do something else, right? Gojo. Insightful. To be sure of everything, you two will have to exorcise a cursed spirit in a place. Me, right? We were taken to a place where there seemed to be a dark dome there. Gojo. This is a curtain to prevent non-sorcerers from entering there. Now it's up to you. Me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 went in there and started looking for a while. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. There's something wrong here. Me. What? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. We're going in circles. Me. Wait, I look around me. It's true. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. 𝗬𝗵𝗲. I have a suspicion, but I think this is a domain of the curse we are facing. Me. If that's the case, just expand a domain to try. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. You better try. The guaranteed hit of my domain depending on what I do could harm you too. Me. I think you're right. Domain expansion. As soon as the domain is expanded we see the curse in front of us. As soon as the domain is expanded we see the curse in front of us. Me. So this is the curse. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I think so. The curse throws a blast of concentrated cursed energy at us and we dodge it. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Yggdrasil sword, form 𝗵𝗃𝗲. As soon as 𝗵𝗃𝗲 makes the cut he freezes. The creature is frozen and I transfigure my arm and crush the curse. As soon as I let go I break my grip and notice that there is something on the ground. As soon as 𝗵𝗃𝗲 makes the cut he freezes. The creature is frozen and I transfigure my arm and crush the curse. As soon as I let go I break my grip and notice that there is something on the ground. Me, what is this? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I don't know, it looks like a finger, but it has a large amount of cursed energy coming from it. We'd better take it to Gojo Sensei. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. I don't know, it looks like a finger, but it has a large amount of cursed energy coming from it. We'd better take it to Gojo Sensei. Once we got back to Sensei, we reported back and gave the finger. Gojo, congratulations. You have defeated a special grade curse. Me/𝗵𝗃𝗲, E special. Gojo, yes, And on top of that they recovered one of Sukuna's fingers. Me, Sukuna. Gojo, yes, I'll give more details when we get back, but you guys passed the test, I'll see you next time. Izuku POV. A few more days passed. Some students noticed that on certain days 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and I were absent from classes. Tanya, may I know why you two are absent from classes? If you're not here to take things seriously, you should 𝗵𝗃𝗲. For starters, no one asked you. Secondly, Izuku and I are exempt from certain classes during the week. Tanya, what? Aizawa, stop being scandalous. Nezumi gave these two a test and they passed, so they have exemption from UA on certain days of the week. Tanya, I bet they shouldn't do anything during that time. And Aizawa, actually, during that time they will go to another school to study more. Stella, what's the point of that? Aizawa, that's something I'm not allowed to talk about anyway. You guys have recently had problems, but the fight isn't over yet. I have 2 warnings. The class thought. More villain attacks. Aizawa, you must choose a class leader and vice leader, and the sports festival is approaching. Achiko, is this a good idea to happen? I mean, we went through an attack by villains not long ago. Me, that's where you're wrong. Achiko, what do you mean? Me, this will just show that we are not afraid of the villains and that they can come at us and we will fight back. Achiko, it makes sense. Aizawa, I couldn't have said it better. Problem child. Me, problem child. Aizawa, I feel like you're still going to bring me a lot of trouble. Not that I care much in your case. Me, oh okay. Aizawa, you will have a week to train your quirks and be able to do better at the sports festival. We will offer some classes during the week to train, and now this is one of them, so class dismissed. Class, right sensei? Aizawa, and don't forget to choose a leader and a vice leader by the end of class. If you want a suggestion, do it through a vote. We used sensei's idea and it turned out like this. Izuku 7 votes, Momo 6 votes, 𝗵𝗃𝗲 2 votes, rest was 1 vote. Tanya, who voted for this tier. Before she finished her sentence, Melissa hit him in the neck, leaving her weak on the floor. Melissa, it's getting annoying. Tanya thinking, no matter, this is my chance to show them that these men shouldn't be here. She doesn't know what awaits her. Even if she participated in the festival, she would get kicked by either of them. Well, there's not much I can train for the festival. Since my innate technique wouldn't be of much use, I couldn't carry anything with me, so I couldn't use other insects or anything like that in battle. I didn't train much with 𝗵𝗃𝗲. He ended up training alone for a few days, but he wanted to teach me something called simple domain. This went on until the day of the festival. The first event of the festival would be a race, so it was explained that we would have to go through several obstacles. I already imagined a possibility of what would happen. I imagine that Shoka will freeze everyone's feet, so it would be better to stay alert. All said and done, as soon as the start was given, Shoka tried to freeze everyone's feet. I jumped and transformed my arms into wings so as not to get caught by the ice and ended up having to slide across the ice. Katsumi just exploded the ice. Izumi and Cherry melts the ice. Melissa and Luna break the ice with punches. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 creates a sword and melts the ice. As soon as I get off the ice, I transfigure my legs to run faster and end up catching up to Shoka. After a while we arrived at the first obstacle, which is a ravine. I transmute my arm into wings to help me move around the stone pillars. Cherry grows wings and starts flying. Katsumi uses her explosions to gain momentum and go from pillar to pillar. Shoka starts making ice bridges, and Izumi, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Luna, and I transmute my arm into wings to help me move around the stone pillars. Cherry grows wings and starts flying. Katsumi uses her explosions to gain momentum and go from pillar to pillar. Shoka starts making ice bridges, and Izumi, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Luna, and Melissa follow these bridges. The next obstacle was the entrance exam robots. There wasn't much of a secret. Katsumi simply exploded the robots. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 chopped them. Luna and Melissa destroyed the robots with their punches. Cherry, Izumi and Shoka melted the robots with their flames and punched the robots with their feathers. Then we arrived in a minefield, I think, for a moment, and let Shoka and Izumi go ahead first. Katsumi continues doing the same. Shoka and Izumi detonate the mines using fire. Cherry was flying, and Melissa, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, and Luna and I were passing through the path that Shoka and Izuku, I think, for a moment, and let Shoka and Izumi go ahead first. Katsumi continues doing the same. Shoka and Izumi detonate the mines using fire. Cherry was flying, and Melissa, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, and Luna and I were passing through the path that Shoka and Izumi created. As soon as we get close to the finish line, I transfigure my arms to get more momentum and move closer to Shoka and Izumi. after a few more obstacles Izumi arrives first, me in second and Cherry in third. I'm going to skip the cavalry battle because I find this part a bit boring, both to watch and to write, so sorry if anyone likes this part. As for the fights, Melissa was in the first round against a certain Hinata who was in the general studies class. Apparently she had a brainwashing quirk. She managed to use her quirk on Melissa, but she comes out of the trance and ends up giving a punches Hinata and throws her out of the ring/arena. The next fight was 𝗵𝘃𝗲 against a certain 𝗵𝗲𝗵𝗺. I'll get this over with. I already copied some of my colleagues' quirks before she then increases the size of her hands and makes her skin look like steel. 𝗵𝘃𝗲. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 lunges at her and coats his fists with cursed energy, and he seems to have something on his mind. 𝗵𝘃𝗁. Me, he really learned. Me, he really learned. Izumi, what did you learn? Me, this is a technique called 𝗂𝑐𝗁, which is a distortion in space that occurs when cursed energy is applied within 0.0000001 seconds of a physical strike. Izumi, how did he do that? Me, neither I, and possibly not even he knows how he managed to use it. I bet you a hamburger that he had no idea if it would work or not. The next fight was Cherry against Katsumi. Katsumi tries to throw the explosions at Cherry, but Cherry somehow makes the explosions dissipate before they reach her, so she takes advantage of an opening and attacks Katsumi, and with a blow to the neck Katsumi passes out. The next fight was between Luna and 𝗎𝗓𝗓. 𝗎𝗓𝗓 hardens her skin and goes over to Luna and tries to punch her, but Luna bends down and uses a lot of force when punching 𝗎𝗓𝗓 in the stomach, making her unconscious. Next up was Ann versus Stella and starts the fight by creating a feather protection, but Stella just uses her sword to throw flames at Ann and make the temperature of Ann's protection impossible to maintain, so Ann surrenders. Shoka went against Mina. The fight, if it can be called a fight, was basically Shoka freezing Mina. My fight was against 𝗵𝘃𝗁. 𝗵𝘃𝗁 starts using Dark Shadow to try to push me out of the arena. This happened a few times, me thinking, if 𝗵𝘃𝗁 could do it, I can probably do it too. 𝗵𝘃𝗁 keeps using Dark Shadow to try to throw me out of the ring, but this time I go all out and me, 𝗂𝑐𝗁. I also use 𝗂𝑐𝗁 and end up knocking out 𝗵𝘃𝗁. The next fight was 𝗎𝗂 against Jiro. They just start trying to exchange blows, but inevitably 𝗎𝗂 touches Jiro and makes her lose because she can't fight. Now it's the quarterfinals. The first fight would be Melissa versus Luna. The two start to exchange punches. Luna wasn't too hurt, but Melissa was pretty finished. She bets her last attack and goes with everything. She manages to hit Luna, but Luna ends up resisting and knocks Melissa out. The second fight was between me and 𝗎𝗂. 𝗎𝗂 tried to touch me all the time, but I just transfigured my legs to gain momentum. Another time I just had to coat my fists with cursed energy and started trying to exchange with 𝗎𝗂. She managed to dodge some punches, but inevitably I hit her. I hit and knocked her out. The third fight was Stella against Cherry. Stella tried to use her fire, but Cherry always found a way to dispel the fire. During this fight, 𝗵𝘃𝗁 paid close attention. The fourth fight was between 𝗵𝘃𝗁 and Shoka. The fight was Shoka trying to use fire to push 𝗵𝘃𝗁 away, and when she moved away, she tried to use ice to trap him, but he uses simple dems and protected himself from the ice. So 𝗵𝘃𝗁 just advances and coats his fists with cursed energy to knock out Shoka. Now it's the semi-finals. Now it was me against Luna. I know that Luna was an opponent that cannot be underestimated, so I had to go all out. She tried to punch me several times, but I dodged her blows, so as soon as she left an opening, I hit her in the stomach, and with her last strength I asked me, why did you open your guard like that? I know it was on purpose, Luna. I just don't want to hurt him. Then she faints me. Right now it was 𝗵𝘃𝗁's fight against Cherry. As soon as the fight begins, 𝗵𝘃𝗁, it's another type of magic, isn't it? Cherry? 𝗵𝘃𝗁, your power is a type of magic, right? Cherry starts sweating and doesn't respond. 𝗵𝘃𝗁, I figured right I can't go all out yet, but Yggdrasil sword form, Godheim. He started to hold the sword, changing hands very quickly. I didn't understand why. He also started to move very quickly. Cherry tried to see where he was, but he touched the sword. He started to hold the sword, changing hands very quickly. I didn't understand why. He also started to move very quickly. Cherry tried to see where he was, but he touched the sword to Cherry, and she fainted. Soon after, he undid the sword. Now it was the last fight, me against 𝗵𝘃𝗁. I already imagined what he was going to do, so me/𝗵𝘃𝗁, domain expansion, self-embodiment of perfection/tree of the 9 realms. Our domains clash and both fall apart. Me, Yeah, it looks like now we'll have to fight on equal terms. Me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 started exchanging punches and we both simultaneously punched each other in the face and fell to the ground, but 𝗵𝗃𝗲 ends up getting up. 𝗵𝗃𝗲: yes, you fought very well, but the fight ended me. How did you? 𝗵𝗃𝗲: after using a domain you cannot use your innate technique, but you can still use reverse cursed technique to heal yourself. Me: so that was it. I ended up deleting, so I was second, 𝗵𝗃𝗲 was first, and Luna was third. Izuku POV: today Sensei Aizawa told us that someone would come here to help us choose our hero names. It was midnight. Me thinking, why did she decide to dress like that? Me thinking, why did she decide to dress like that? Midnight: as you know, I'll help you choose your code names. Let's get started. Melissa chose Great Might. Midnight: you were inspired by 𝗏𝗏, right? Melissa: yes, she is one of my biggest inspirations. Midnight: interesting. Shoka: mine will be Frostbite. Midnight: makes sense since Frostbite is Frostbite. Izumi: mine is Salamandrous Katsumi. Mine will be Dynamite. Midnight: also inspired by 𝗏𝗏. Cherry: mine will be Cherry Blossom. Midnight: a very interesting name. 𝗵𝗃𝗲: mine will be Ragnarok. Midnight: interesting to be based on other mythologies. Luna: mine could be Nature Force. Midnight: I wanted to choose the name of your quirk, interesting, and my heroine name will be Night Shroud. Midnight: right. I chose 𝗃𝗏𝗄. Explanation: the name Mahito means bad person or demon, while the name 𝗃𝗏𝗄 means angel. Midnight: excellent. Aizawa tells us about the internships and talks about the proposals. Aizawa: very well, you will have 2 days to choose who you will do these internships with. Each of us chose a heroine to do an internship. Luna chose to do an internship with Ryukyu. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 chose to do it with Miruko, which is the first time she has accepted someone to do an internship, and Shoka went to do it with Frost, Cherry, and Izumi. They went to Blue Prominence. Katsumi went to Best Jeanist. I really considered going with MT Lady, but the one that caught my attention the most was Ryukyu, so that's the one I chose. I went with Luna to Ryukyu's agency, and upon arriving we found Ryukyu and another person waiting for us. Ryukyu: hello, I am the heroine Ryukyu. This is my apprentice 𝗎𝗎. For the next few weeks you will be interning at my agency. Ryukyu: hello, I am the heroine. Ryukyu: this is my apprentice 𝗎𝗎. For the next few weeks you will be interning at my agency. Follow me. We're going to an open place to train. 𝗎𝗎. Senpai seemed to be holding back because of something. I honestly don't know what it is. When I went to see Ryukyu, he put a tape on 𝗎𝗎's mouth. Ryukyu: now is not the time. 𝗎𝗎: ask your questions later. We changed our clothes and started training in place. Luna was training with the dolls to better regulate her strength. She could do that, but not exactly, so Ryukyu suggested meditation to her to be able to have more patience to regulate her strength. Luna was training with the dolls to better regulate her strength. She could do that, but not exactly, so Ryukyu suggested meditation to her to be able to have more patience to regulate her strength. In my case, I was just catching some insects and transfiguring them. I ended up thinking of a good way to use them. I transfigure them into bridges and slide on them as if I were on handrails in the Sonic game. I actually managed to find another way to use them. My transfiguration. I stopped to watch Luna train better and think about what to do next. Me: how does your quirk work exactly? Luna: basically, my quirk increases my strength a lot. I can even regulate it, but normally in battle I don't have that much concentration or calmness to accurately regulate it, so I usually end up losing control and destroying more than I should. Me: your quirk is really cool. Luna: Luna: do you think so? Me: yes, why wouldn't it? Luna: whenever I mention my quirk to someone people were scared of me except for one person. Me: what would it be? Luna: I am not going to talk about that now, okay? Me: right. We continued training for a while. Some more time passes and we finished our training for today. So we went to take a shower for dinner. After dinner we went to sleep while Ryukyu and 𝗎𝗎 went on patrol. They told us that it wasn't time for Luna and me to go patrolling yet. After dinner we went to sleep while Ryukyu and 𝗎𝗎 went on patrol. They told us that it wasn't time for Luna and me to go patrolling yet. Before going to sleep, Luna and I talked a little. Me: why exactly do you want to become a hero? Luna: Luna: promise not to tell anyone. Me: yes. Luna: it was by 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Me: what do you mean? When we met you at the entrance exam, you didn't even know him. Luna: I pretended not to know. Me: why did you do that? Luna: When I was a child, because of my quirk and my family, no one wanted to be my friend. The only person who did was 𝗵𝗃𝗲. We were friends for a long time, but there was an incident in which 𝗵𝗃𝗲 lost his memories about me, and he had even transferred schools, so I ended up losing contact with him and the chance to recover my friendship with him. I knew he would try to get into UA, so I decided to get in too, and now I finally have the chance to recover my friendship with him. Blushes a little and maybe even more me, but why not tell the truth? Luna, for the main reason that I don't know what could happen. What if I tell him, and he ends up having an overload if all his memories come back at once? Me, I see you also mentioned your family. What's special about them? Luna, my family values strength a lot. No matter what it is, they are very demanding about it. They only allowed 𝗵𝗃𝗲 to be my friend because of his willpower. Me, look, I think you're on a good path. I hope everything works out for you. Luna, thank you. The days passed and it was more of the same, until one day came when we were able to go on a patrol with Ryukyu and 𝗎𝗎𝗎. The first time it was just a normal patrol, without much happening. Then I found out that 𝗧𝗏 attacked 𝗎𝗏's sister, and it must not be a mere coincidence that 𝗎𝗏 chose the place where most of 𝗧𝗏's victims were made. On a second patrol we were patrolling when we heard someone scream in pain. Luna and I asked for permission to use our quirks, and Ryukyu allowed. When we arrive at the location we see 𝗧𝗏 ready to kill 𝗎𝗏. When we arrive at the location we see 𝗧𝗏 ready to kill 𝗎𝗏. Luna punches 𝗧𝗏, which makes her move away. 𝗧𝗏, a fake hero. Tanya, what are you doing here, you useless? Get out, this is my revenge. Me, are you really serious about that? Revenge? You really SEK? Tanya, what did you say, you SHT? Me, I said you are no good. You were supposed to be a future heroine. What kind of example do you want to set for the future generation? If you become a heroine you are a disgrace to the name of heroines and of your family. Doing this, hero or heroine, it doesn't matter. We must always seek to put other people's lives before our interests. Upon hearing this, Tanya begins to reflect, and 𝗧𝗏 begins to smile. 𝗧𝗏, spoken like a true hero. What's your name? Me, my name is Tenshi 𝗧𝗏. If you get out of here I'll spare your life. Me, it seems like I'm going to let you hurt others. 𝗧𝗏 manages to cut me and it hits me close to the heart. Luna, no. 𝗧𝗏, it's over. Me, huh, what happened? 𝗧𝗏, how are you still alive? Me, look, that was close. I finally understood how to use reverse energy. 𝗧𝗏, reverse energy? I touch the 𝗧𝗏 and make her hands twist. 𝗧𝗏, me, when the heroines arrive, I'll make their hands return to normal. As soon as the heroines arrive I do what I said and make 𝗧𝗏's hands return to normal. Point of curiosity, here 𝗲𝗵𝗺 is not a villain or a villain. She is the heroine mentioned earlier who is blue prominence, and Ray is frost. Here NG continues to be a man and works with other things. In this case he's a police officer. He's still married to Ray Izuku. Well, after what happened with 𝗧𝗏, 𝗎𝗏 was suspended for 2 weeks for what she did and will be under house arrest for that time. She was also sent to the hospital to treat her wounds. I was asked about illegal use of quirks, but there were some unknowns about it. Firstly, as I am a man, the laws specifically say that women need a license to use their quirks. In other words, I don't fit in there, and my power is not a quirk. That is one more thing that takes me off the list. Plus I asked Ryukyu's permission to use my powers, so I had no consequences in that regard, and I also ended up receiving credit for capturing 𝗧𝗏. As soon as I got back, the girls went to the agency I was at to welcome me. Cherry, Izuku. Yumi, why yes. Izumi, we heard about your fight against 𝗧𝗏. What are you going to do? Shoka, we're still deciding what to do with Yumi. Oh okay, well anyway 𝗎𝗏 is still suspended for some time for the stupid thing she did. Cherry, we just have to wait and see what will happen. The 2 weeks passed and the internships ended and we were able to return to UA Izawa. Very well, in 2 weeks you will have summer camp. The class begins to celebrate Izawa. But, to go to summer camp you will have to take a test in a week. One part of the exam will be written and the other will be practical. So prepare yourselves. I better study for the written part of the test. I believe I'll need it. Mina, Momo and Izumi, can you two help us study? Kujira, yes, I'm horrible at heroine laws. Them, of course. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, it will be good to gain more knowledge for the test. Momo, we can all study at my house. Mind. Okay Momo, you can do it. As much as it's strange for you to have 2 boys studying with you in this place, you should get over it and not be prejudiced, especially since Izuku does too. It's kind of cute. Wait, what am I thinking? Note, if this part of Momo's prejudice is confusing, she was raised believing that men were nothing, but she had never had contact with any before you. We all agreed to study together at Momo's house. When we arrived at Momo's house, we discovered that she lives in what looks like a mansion. She opens the door so we can enter, so there we studied for a few hours, and on the other days too. Of course I didn't forget to train for the practical exam too. Cherry, Izumi, Shoka and Katsumi sometimes talked and even called Melissa into their conversation. They didn't tell me at all what they were talking about. I take the opportunity to talk to Luna. Me? Luna, do you want some advice from me? Luna, what would it be? Me, if you like 𝗵𝗃𝗲 you better declare yourself soon. Luna, are you crazy? And if he rejects me, I suggest this, because you don't know if someone can take it away from you again. Luna, alright. The days passed and the exam approached. Then Aizawa said that we would have the exam and that we would have 1 hour to finish it. So in this part we did well thanks to Izumi and Momo's help in studying. Now Aizawa, I'm happy to say that everyone passed the written part of the test. The class celebrates a little early. Aizawa, but now is the hardest part. You will have to fight with the teachers. The class then realizes they celebrated too soon. Aizawa, tomorrow will be the day you fight with the teachers. So take the rest of the day to train and you can wear your hero costumes the next day. I think I and the others are ready. I would go with Momo against 𝗏𝗏 Momo, and I started planning what we would do. Momo seemed to have a strategy in mind. We would need a good plan, since our opponent is Japan's #1 hero, and not to mention she is 1,000 times more experienced than us. We walked around coming up with a strategy. Me, any ideas? Momo, maybe I can create a flash grenade to stun her, but I'm still thinking about what else I can do. In fact, what you can do. Me, look, I can modify my body or the bodies of other living beings that have souls. Momo, how can we use this? Me, I have full of transfigured insects in my pocket. I can use them to create distractions, bridges, or use them to attack. Momo, how can you make bridges like that? Me, body mass and structure is irrelevant to my ability. Momo, maybe if you can do something to trap her. Me, I think so, but it won't stop her for long. Momo, we can also improvise in combat. 𝗏𝗏, I found you. Me, Momo now. Momo creates a light grenade and throws it. I cover my eyes and so does Momo, just as she is blinded. Me, improvise, right? I catch a fanged bug in my pocket and me, body repel. Imagine being an insect with fangs instead of a person. Imagine being an insect with fangs instead of a person. The bug traps 𝗏𝗏. Me, run. We started running towards the exit. Me, I don't know how long it will last, so releases some transfigured insects on the floor that should delay her a little longer. We kept running, and when we got close to the exit, 𝗏𝗏, not so fast. Momo, again. 𝗏𝗏 jumps and grabs Momo. Izuku, cross the exit. Me, no way. I move forward and use Kokusen to push her away. She seemed very weak after the blow. Momo and I left there and went through the exit. After the test I knew that 𝗏𝗏 needed to rush out. Luna POV last test. Now it was my turn. My partner is me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Now we would go against Frost. Me, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, meet me in the classroom after the test. I need to talk to you. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, right? As soon as we entered we heard the sound of ice forming, and as soon as we entered we heard the sound of ice forming and Frost. Looks like I found you. Quickly she throws a wave of ice at us, but with a full power punch I managed to destroy part of it. Frost, I'll just keep sending more ice. She throws another wave of ice. If she continues at this pace I'll get tired. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Yggdrasil sword, form. Muspelheim, he launches a wave of fire that melts all the ice, so we both start alternating between each other. As soon as we get close enough he melts the ice and I use an opening and attack her, knocking her out. After that we went running to the exit, thus passing the exam. After a few minutes I go to the classroom. As soon as 𝗵𝗃𝗲 arrives. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, so, what did you want to talk to me about? Me, I'll get straight to the point. I like you not as a friend. I love you. I want to spend my time by your side. Since we started you I've had these feelings for you. I wanted to know if you would agree to date me. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I accept. He comes and hugs me and I hug him back and I kiss him. Izuku POV, me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 were called by Nezumi in her office. Nezumi, I'm glad you came quickly. You're being called for another wizard mission. Me, what mission would that be? Nezumi, 3 students were found dead in a movie theater. Me, but isn't that up to the police? Nezumi, no, these students died in a very strange way. They died with deformations in their skulls. Sorcerers believe it was related to some special grade 1 curse. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, so it's another mission where we have a high chance of dying. Nezumi. Yes, but this is the life of a sorcerer, there is no guarantee that everything will end well. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. You're right Nezumi, you will be accompanied by a grade 1 sorcerer and also another sorceress, so everything will be fine. We went to the designated place and found the sorcerer. From what we were told his name is Nanami and also Yumi. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and I talked a little Yumi, 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and I talked a little Nanami. Are you ready? The scene is a bit shocking. We entered the movie theater and found people with deformed skulls. We entered the movie theater and found people with deformed skulls. Yumi. How did this happen? Me. Wait 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Is there a problem? Me. I don't know why but I think I know what happened. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. What do you mean? Me. There's no way to deform people like this normally. I think it's similar to what I do with insects and fish when I use my innate technique. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Similar, but it is only possible for people to have the same innate techniques if they are from the same family. Me. I doubt it would be something like that. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Well, we can figure that out another time. We need to find who did this. Nanami. Well, for me of course it was a curse. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. It's because of the remnants, isn't it? Nanami. Yes. Me. What are remnants? 𝗵𝗃𝗲. The book on sorcery that my mother left for me said that when someone uses their innate technique, they leave traces. They are very faint, but it is still possible to trace. Yumi. I understand, but I still can't see. Nanami. It's because you're not even trying. Follow me. He starts walking towards the cinema terrace and we find this. Nanami went to take care of it and on our side there was another one of those things. Nanami went to take care of it and on our side there was another one of those things. Nanami went to take care of it and on our side there was another one of those things. I don't think they are cursed spirits. Nanami. Just as the other thing was about to attack us, Yumi attacks it and destroys part of its body. Nanami takes a photo and Nanami. What are these things? Me. They are human. Yumi. How do you know? Me. I know it's for their souls. They are human, but who would do that? I could, but I would never do that to innocent people. Nanami. Can you undo this? Me. Without knowing their original appearance, it is impossible for me to undo them. Unfortunately, they are lost cases. Yumi. Me. Yumi. Don't be upset about this. After all, bad things happen. Yumi. Are right. Nanami. Well, we need to think about how to make this work. We need to find this curse that did this. For now, go home. I need to investigate some things, but whatever happens I'll tap my card at 6 p.m. Me. Right, we started to go home. Nanami. POV. I start to investigate some locations, tracing the route to where the curse possibly is. Observing its remnants, I get to the sewer. There I find more of those transfigured humans. I eliminate them and I find the curse. Me. If you want to show up soon. Killing people makes me sick. Look, if it were Satoru Gojo I would be screwed. Too bad you're weak and don't give me a good experiment. Too bad you're weak and don't give me a good experiment. Please watch the video if you want to understand what happened in the story below after the fight ends. Me. If we are both alive, we will meet again. I leave the place to go and tap my card. Yumi. POV. A few days later. Me, Izuku and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 are still in charge of the mission. Apparently Sensei Nanami has clues and almost a confirmation of who it could be. We also in the meantime made friends with a boy called Junpei. He seemed like a nice person. We start to get some clues about where the curse might be causing problems so we can exorcise it. We go to a school and there we separate. A curtain rises at the school. I start looking and outside I find Junpei. Me. Junpei. Junpei, stay out of this jujitsu, sorceress. Look, Sukuna's vessel. The being that appeared ends up modifying its own arm and pins me to the wall. Junpei. Mahito. Wait, Itadori. Don't worry, Mahito isn't a bad person. Mahito. You know Junpei, you're actually smart and that's why you die here. Something different will happen here. That is, here is the moment of divergence in Junpei's last moments. Me. And know someone before he died touched him and he returned to normal. Izuku. Yumi, get on him. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 arrives and somehow starts to heal Junpei. I didn't think straight. I just attacked Mahito. He transfigures his arm into several blades and starts attacking me. I end up falling out of the school but I end up pulling Mahito along. Izuku. POV. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Izuku, go help her. I'll take care of Junpei. Me. Right. I jump and go towards Yumi. Me. You pointing to Mahito. How do you have the same innate technique as me? Mahito. Yes. I remember you. Me. Remember me. What are you talking about? Mahito, you were one of Geto's experiments. He isolated my cursed energy and from it, he modified you in your mother's 𝗵𝗶. Me. What? Mahito, well enough nonsense. Nanami arrives on the scene and we all start beating Mahito. Mahito, domain expansion self-embodiment of perfection. He also uses the exact same domain expansion as me. I look at Yumi and I look at Yumi and me. Why Yumi? She stares at Mahito and he starts to break out in a cold sweat. Yumi. Put yourself in your place, you maggot. A cuts Mahito, and as soon as I blink, she's back to normal me. The expansion has been broken. Mahito then jumps into a downtake pipe and runs away. Me. I have so many questions, but I think only he has the answer. Junpei and 𝗵𝗃𝗃 appear. Me. How is Junpei? 𝗵𝗃𝗃. Thanks to you he returned to normal. I also used the reverse cursed energy to heal him. Junpei. I was really stupid to trust him. 𝗵𝗃𝗃. Junpei, did you even know how insidious a curse could be? Junpei. I really was blinded by hatred and didn't realize what I had gotten myself into. Me. Anyway, we need to report, but who knows, maybe you can join the jiu-jitsu school now that you're a jiu-jitsu sorcerer too. Junpei, do you think they would accept me? Me? I'm not sure, but who knows. Izuku POV. After the jiu-jitsu mission we had some time to ourselves now. The girls and I decided to get together today. They told me that they planned everything for today. Me. So what do you have planned for today? Izumi, we will reveal this little by little as we go to places. Me, right? Katsumi, so let's start our day. First we go to the beach. Me, okay, we get ready and head towards the beach, and when we arrive, we get dressed. Even though I'm not very good at choosing what to wear, we get ready and head towards the beach, and when we arrive, we get dressed. Even though I'm not very good at choosing what to wear. Izumi, how am I? Izuku. Remember everyone is 18 years old. Remember everyone is 18 years old. Cherry. And me. Katsumi/Shoka. Us too, how are we? Katsumi/Shoka. Us too, how are we? Katsumi/Shoka. Us too, how are we? Me blushing. You look wonderful. Me blushing. You look wonderful. The girls. Thank you very much. We were on Dagoba Beach. This beach used to be practically a garbage dump. So much so that in the news it was said that a young woman decided to clean this beach. Unfortunately the news didn't say who it was. This beach used to be practically a garbage dump. So much so that in the news it was said that a young woman decided to clean this beach. Unfortunately the news didn't say who it was. We started doing some things like building sandcastles, burying ourselves in the sand, resting a little in the shade, swimming in the water. We also caught some fish while we were in the water. We took advantage and gave them to some fish stalls that were wanting them. They even gave us a little money for it as they were wanting some fish from that beach. Some girls and boys looked at us, some with friendly looks and others with more mischievous looks, but we just ignored them completely. After a while we got some soft drinks and some barbecue sticks to eat. After that we just packed our things and went home. And on the way, me. Did you hear that UA intends to create some type of new system for the campus to increase our security? Cherry, I heard, but I have no idea what it could be. Katsumi. Yes, it's still a mystery what it is, so what happens will be talked about after the summer camp. As soon as we arrived the girls changed before me. After that we started thinking about what we could do now. Me. How about we watch a movie in the meantime? I prepare the popcorn. Katsumi and Cherry buy a soda. Shoka and Izumi choose the movie. Izumi, that's fine with me. Cherry, same for me. Me? Okay, then let's do this. I go to the kitchen to prepare the popcorn. Cherry and Katsumi went to the convenience store to buy soda, and Izumi and Shoka went to choose a movie. As soon as I return with the popcorn, Katsumi and Cherry had returned with the soda. Izumi and Shoka had chosen the. As soon as I return with the popcorn, Katsumi and Cherry had returned with the soda. Izumi and Shoka had chosen the FNAF movie. Me. When did you get a copy of this movie? Izumi, I bought this film a couple of days ago. I bought it for an occasion like this. Me. Okay, then let's watch. We watched the film and we actually liked the film. Me, what did you think? Izumi, it could have been a little better, so the film is good, but it's not scary, at least not for me. Katsumi, I say the same. Shoka, yes. Cherry, I agree. Me, well, what should we do now? Izumi, it's time for the last event. Me, last event. Shoka, yes, when you're ready we'll call you. Katsumi, wait here until we call you. They go towards my room and after a few minutes Izumi, come on Izuku. I go to my room and me, yes. Narrator POV. Now it's Lemon, so if you don't like it, skip to the next chapter. If you don't have it, stop now and wait until you have it. Lemon 18 Cherry, we wanted to seal our love for you even more. Wanted to seal our love for you even more. Izumi, this is our moment. Izumi, this is our moment 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. Come on 𝐒𝐴N, show us your love 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. Come on 𝐒𝐴N, show us your love 𝗃𝗏. Let's do it. Izuku goes to the bed and Cherry and 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲 take off his clothes revealing his 8-inch member 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. Big Cherry and 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲 start doing some tit-fuck on Izuku. That's good. Cherry, we know this continues for some time until. Izuku, it's coming. Cherry, do it Izuku, leaking. He comes on both of their melons. Cherry / 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. Good Izumi. I'm really excited, I won't hold back. Does she position herself above Izuku and above his member? Izumi, ready. Izuku, why yes. She sits and Izumi, Izuku, are you okay? Izumi, why yes. It's just that since it's the first time it's painful. She waits for a minute and continues, starting to bounce. Izumi, that's really good. Izuku, why yes. After a while she continues and hugs Izuku. Izuku, I am close. Izumi, do it inside, don't worry it's a safe day. Izuku then comes inside Izumi. Izumi, that was great 𝗃𝗏. Can you continue? Izuku, I think so. 𝗃𝗏 then gets on the bed. 𝗃𝗏, it's my turn. Izuku then penetrates 𝗃𝗏. 𝗃𝗏, don't worry, just give me a minute. After a few moments. 𝗃𝗏, you can start moving. Izuku then starts thrusting into 𝗃𝗏. 𝗃𝗏, that's so good. After some more time. Izuku, I'm close again. 𝗃𝗏, for all of us it's a safe day, so don't hold back. Izuku. He comes inside 𝗃𝗏 to 𝗃𝗏. It was one of the best moments of my life. They pause for a moment. But 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲, my turn 𝗃EN. She jumps and Izuku catches her 𝗏𝗧𝗵𝗲. You already know what to do. Izuku then shoves his member into her. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲. Izuku waits a few moments and 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲, go ahead. Izuku starts to move. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲, keep going harder. He starts to do it harder. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲, how good is that? After some time. Izuku, I'm at my limit. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲, you already know what to do. Izuku then comes inside 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗏, Izuku puts her on the bed. Cherry comes from behind and hugs Izuku. Cherry, my turn. Izu, ready. Cherry lies down on the bed too and opens her legs. Izuku inserts his member inside her and Cherry, Izuku, I'll wait. Cherry, don't even think about it, start already. Izuku then starts to move. Cherry, harder and faster. Izuku starts doing it harder and faster. Cherry, that's it, keep going. This goes on for some time and Cherry, you don't even need to ask Izu, just do it. Izuku comes inside Cherry too and lies down on the bed with the others. Izuku, I'm pretty tired now. Izumi, I imagine. Izuku, shall we all sleep now? The girls, yes. Izuku POV, as soon as I wake up I remember everything we did last night. Everything we did was really good. It was really good. The girls start to wake up. Cherry, last night was excellent. Dear 𝗃𝗏, I loved the way you dominated me. Thank you. Izumi, are you still embarrassed? How cute. 𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗲, that's why we love you. 𝗃EN are okay. I'm going to prepare our breakfast. I'll call you when it's ready. Izumi, can you bring us coffee? I don't think any of us can move our legs properly because of yesterday. Cherry, exactly me. Oh okay, I'll make coffee and bring it to you. I go to the kitchen. Inko, looks like you guys had a lot of fun yesterday. Me, how do you know? Inko, I ended up getting home while you guys were doing you know what, plus none of the rooms here are soundproof, so I heard a lot of what you guys were doing. I hope I don't have grandchildren anytime soon. I blush and look like a tomato. Me, don't worry about that now. Inko, anyway aren't the girls going down for breakfast? Me, they said they can't move their legs because of yesterday. Inko, oh I didn't know you were capable of that. I blush even more. Me, well I finished breakfast, I'm going to take it to the girls now. I get their breakfast and take it to their room. Me, here you go girls. Girls, thank you so much. They start eating their breakfast. As soon as they had breakfast, they started to be able to walk again, so we brushed our teeth, took a shower together, and after that we went to the UA to wait. So the people who didn't pass were depressed because they couldn't go to summer camp. Mina, I wanted to go to summer camp too. Me too, but Aizawa, well as you know we are going to summer camp, but I have good news. Those who didn't pass the previous exam will be able to go since you got good grades in the theory exam. The people who didn't pass were happy, but as some say, when the alms are too much, even the saints are suspicious. Aizawa, but you will have extra lessons to compensate. The people who didn't pass were already discouraged again. People were given an extra day to prepare their things to go to summer camp. The next day we went to summer camp with Class 1B. We got on the bus. I sit in the back. Then Cherry and Izumi sit next to me. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 sits next to Luna. And Tsuyu asks us something that no girl had ever stopped to ask. Tsuyu, Izuku and 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I just remembered something. The day everyone introduced themselves to UA, when you presented your skills, powers instead of quirks, are you hiding something? 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and I froze immediately, and I remembered what Gojo-sensei had told us. Flashback. Gojo, let me ask, have you ever told anyone about Jiu-jitsu? 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I just talked about Jiu-jitsu to Izuku and Izumi. Me, only Izumi, Nezumi and some teachers know about Jiu-jitsu. Gojo, remember, it is strictly forbidden for you to reveal about Jiu-jitsu and curses to others, as it could end up causing a lot of panic in other people. Me/𝗵𝗃𝗲, right. Back to present me. They are our quirks. We just didn't call them quirks because it would be a bit strange. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 thought. That was the worst excuse. Do you really think it will work? And Tsuyu? Oh, right. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 thinking, did it work? A few hours pass and we arrive at summer camp. Hello Aizawa, I see you brought a lot of people. Stella, who are they? 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I am 𝗵𝗃𝗲. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I am 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Mandalay, I am Mandalay. Izumi says Izumi, wow, these are two of Wild Pussycats, our rescue heroines. Me, amazing. Blonde girl from Class 1B, you probably know who she is. Really? Is Class 1A so stupid they don't know who they are? 18 years ago. Blonde girl from Class 1B, you probably know who she is. Really? Is Class 1A so stupid they don't know who they are? 18 years ago. Cherry thought. Well, he make the worst decision. Then 𝗵𝗃𝗲 goes towards the girl and says 𝗵𝗃𝗲 goes towards the girl and says Izuku, the blonde girl. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, just so you know, I'm 18 at heart. Me thought. Note, it's better for me to keep quiet so I don't say anything that might offend someone. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 thought. Stopping to analyze, I better take advantage of any interaction here just so I don't offend Luna and have my head buried in concrete when she's on those days. Me. Who is this little girl? Mandalay, this is my niece 𝗏𝗏. Her mother let her spend some time here with me to watch you train. She loves heroines. 𝗏𝗏, what's that kid doing here? Aizawa, well, he's also a student and future hero. 𝗏𝗏 has stars in her eyes. 𝗏𝗏, really? This is the first time I've seen this. This is really cool. I get closer. Me. Hello 𝗏𝗏, my name is Izuku. Midoriya, she hugs my leg. 𝗏𝗏, can we get married in the future? Me. What? 𝗏𝗏, my mother said that one day I would find someone I would marry in the future. I think it's you. Me. 𝗏𝗏, you're too young, you still don't understand things much. 𝗏𝗏 starts to get watery eyes. 𝗏𝗏, don't you want to marry me? Mandalay starts to look at me looking like he would kill me if I answered wrong. I look at 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and he looks at me with a look like, that's not my problem. Me, that's not it. 𝗏𝗏, you'll understand when you're older, just wait. Okay. 𝗏𝗏, alright. Then it was explained to us that we would have until noon to arrive at the camp. And then 𝗵𝗃𝗲 uses his quirk and throws us down the hill and tells us to go to camp. The two groups fell separately to the lower part of where we were. Me. Well, we better hurry so we don't miss the time. I take a compass that I carry and point it to the north. Me, we better go that way. Tanya, I won't follow you. She then leaves the other way, while the rest of the gang follows me. Along the way we started to hear some strange noises. They were mud monsters. For the land monsters. Stella, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Izumi and Shoka start burning the monsters. As soon as the mud dries, Tokoyami, Melissa and Ijara finish the monsters. For the land monsters. Stella, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, Izumi and Shoka start burning the monsters. As soon as the mud dries, Tokoyami, Melissa and Ijara finish the monsters. To the monsters that flew, Pony threw his horns at the monsters making them fall. Momo created a flamethrower and dried the monsters, and Katsumi finished them off. We followed the path doing this. After a while we arrived at the camp, and shortly after 1B also arrived, but with no sign of Tanya. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, alright, you all arrived before noon, so here's lunch. Me, there's a student who hasn't arrived yet. And 𝗵𝗃𝗲, if it's that girl with blue hair and glasses in your class, that's her problem. We each received our lunch. Ignore the ragdoll's eyes, which are a bit strange in this frame. Mandalay, get ready. Because in the afternoon you will train. We had lunch and rested to wait for training. Meanwhile Tanya was lost and needed to be rescued. Izuku POV. Before our training began we were better introduced to the camp. We had lunch and in the afternoon we would start training. As soon as the afternoon arrived we started. As soon as the afternoon arrived we started training. I was given several insects and fish so I could transmute. I started making some and ended up having an idea. Polymorphic isomer of the soul. I gathered the souls of several insects to form a body. In this case I used about 5 insects to form the body and ordered it to attack some targets. I gathered the souls of several insects to form a body. In this case I used about 5 insects to form the body and ordered it to attack some targets. Pixie Bob. This kid is really interesting. Mandalay. Yes, Izuku. What's his quirk? Izuku. From what I've been told, his quirk is called idle transfiguration, which allows him to transfigure souls. Mandalay. Interesting. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 was thinking. Apparently he had an idea. 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Incarnation of the realms. Muspelheim. His body became entirely like lava and he began hitting some targets with fireballs. His body became entirely like lava and he began hitting some targets with fireballs. Luna was controlling her strength to break rocks and was shooting her feathers at targets to improve her accuracy. Izumi was manipulating fire and making it transform into different shapes. Cherry was training with flames too, but she was also using telekinesis. Now Ito was running around. Suyu was climbing a wall using her tongue. Achiko was in a bubble going down a cliff to improve her resistance to her quirk. Melissa was spreading her quirk across her body and attacking some training dummies. Denka was using his quirk to try to hold on longer before frying his own brain. Momo was eating and using her quirk. Jiro was drilling rocks using his quirk and Mina was trying to melt rocks using her acid. Jiro was drilling rocks using his quirk and Mina was trying to melt rocks using her acid. Stella was practicing her swordsmanship, dodging and deflecting the horns that Pony threw. Katsumi was launching explosions upwards. Tokoyami was using Dark Shadow to attack some training dummies. Tokoyami was using Dark Shadow to attack some training dummies. Toru was practicing fighting with a training dummy. Ijiro was training his hardening. Shoka was inside a brass using his quirk. Shoka was inside a brass using his quirk. I'm going to Izumi. Izumi. Yes. Me. Happy birthday. Izumi hugs me and Izumi. Thank you very much. I think I deserve a special gift, don't you? Me. Izumi. Relax, it has nothing to do with what you're thinking. Me, so what do you want? She kisses me and I blush. Author. Really? Have you ever done that and you're embarrassed by a kiss? Wait, I wrote the script. Forget it. Izumi. Well, we'd better get back to training. Me. Yes. Izumi, what is this? Something appeared in Izumi's hand. Me. I think I've seen this somewhere. Me. I think I've seen this somewhere but I don't remember where. Izumi. If you remember, tell me. Okay. We went back to training, stopped for an afternoon snack, rested, went back to training, showered. The girls went to the hot springs too. Cherry wanted me to join them but we both knew I couldn't go even though some insisted. I knew it was better for me to use the bathroom since there were certain people like Denka there. It was better for me and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 to use the bathroom anyway. After everything we went to sleep. The next morning Izumi came to talk to me. Izumi. Izuku, I had a very strange dream. Me. What was it? Izumi. I saw a very strange woman putting her hand on the ragdoll's head and she said, my quirk W. What's happening? Everything is getting dark. I'm not being able to use my quirk. Me. Wait, I remembered what that brand is. Izumi. Really? Me. Yes. Nezumi explained it to me once. The name of this mark is Silver Key Mark. In short, it is capable of doing 2 things. The first is if you present this mark to a door, the door becomes a portal to the world of the Silver Key, which is basically a future version of our world where humanity has gone extinct and now the world is free of humans. The second thing this brand does is grant you premonitions, which can occur in several ways, one of them even for dreams. Izumi. Do you think we might be attacked? Me. I'm almost sure, so we go back to training. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 and Stella started practicing swordsmanship. The rest were repeating the same workouts as before. After our training today, when it's time to go to sleep, I start to smell burning as I imagine villains are attacking the camp. We started getting bombarded with some gas, so Momo made gas masks for some. Others got caught in the gas, so we started fighting the villains. They had brought a Nomo, but apparently they didn't learn from anything because I just touched it and exploded it. So as soon as we leave, Mandalay says that his niece was in a part of the camp, so I created a polymorphic isomer of the soul to protect them and leaves desperate to look for her. When I find where 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲 is, I see a villain called Muscular going at 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲. When I find where 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲 is, I see a villain called Muscular going at 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲. You may already know how he gained a quirk. Me. Stay away from 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲. I attack and he retreats a little. Me. 𝗂𝗲𝗏, are you okay? Muscular, now when was I going to have fun with her? Me. You are nasty. I catch a bug in my pocket and use body repel. The insect breaks his arms. He even tries to start producing some muscle fibers to try to beat me, but I just used a 𝗂𝐭𝐴 on his belly and he passed out. The insect breaks his arms. He even tries to start producing some muscle fibers to try to beat me, but I just used a 𝗂𝐭𝐴 on his belly and he passed out. Me. 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲, are you okay? Her eyes were full of tears. 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲, you really are a great hero. Me. We better go back. POV narrator. As soon as Izuku returns with 𝗂𝗲𝗵𝗲, he delivers her to Mandalay. They and Aizawa manage to protect Ragdoll against the villains. As soon as we returned, we learned that Tokoyami was contained by Shoka and Katsumi. But then Shoka and Katsumi were captured by the villains. Momo said she threw a tracker at Katsumi to see where the lava is and where Shoka and Katsumi are. Izuku POV. We started planning how we would rescue Katsumi and Shoka. The heroines would help us with the rescue. Cherry, Melissa, Ijira would be responsible for the attack and I would be responsible for removing Katsumi and Shoka from there, while the rest of the group helped the others. I also asked them to try to isolate Shigaraki at the scene if she was present. Flashback 8 days ago. Mom gave me a family photo album some time ago. I decided to look and saw that she was next to Wait, that's it Paragon. I was very surprised by this, so I went to the mother to ask. Me, Mom, why do you have a photo of Paragon in the family album? Inko, well, Paragon or Nana Shimura is my mother. I almost fall back. Me, why didn't you ever tell me or Izumi? Inko, Izumi already knows me. Izumi. She comes to the room. Izumi, yes. Me, why didn't you ever tell me that the mother is Paragon's daughter? Izumi, I thought I didn't need it. Izumi, I thought I didn't need it. Izumi, sorry. Anyway, I kept looking at things and saw an image that caught my attention. Me, who are these kids? Inko, those were my nieces, Tenka and Hana, but Tenka is missing and Hana is dead, and also my sister didn't treat her daughters very well. Everything only got worse when some incident occurred when Tenka awakened her quirk. Unfortunately, I don't know what quirk it was. I just know that it was destructive. She takes a DVD and puts it in a player and shows the footage to me. I watch, and something catches my attention when I see Tenka on the screen. Her soul is very similar to Shigaraki's. I'm starting to have some suspicions, but I ended up asking to investigate certain things. I have to ask Shigaraki some questions. I have a theory at the moment. Me, Momo, have you identified where the villains are? Momo, apparently Katsumi and Shoka are in Kamino Ward. Me, well, during the night we will put our plan into practice. The plan begins. As soon as it gets dark, we start to act. We went to the place in Kamino Ward. As soon as we arrived at the bar where LOV was, the students and some heroes prepared to attack with everything. As soon as we arrived at the bar where LOV was, the students and some heroes prepared to attack with everything. Katsumi POV. Toma, you should ally with us. I know you love that. Boy, so why don't you ally with us? Just imagine, he would be all and only ours and we could still make you much more powerful. Me, I already said I won't join forces with you. I won't betray 𝐒𝐭𝐴's trust. Toma, you're insistent. Me, I should be saying that about you. Toma, then don't you want to be the strongest? Shoka, why would I do that? I will never betray Aiza's trust. Toma, you're kind of annoying. Izuku POV. Melissa and Gal might destroy the walls and I take them both out and untie them. Me, are you two okay? Katsumi/Shoka, yes. 𝐒𝐭𝐴/Aizu. Toma starts to scratch himself, showing that he is uncomfortable with the situation. Then a person appears floating. All for one AFO. That's disappointing. Toma, all for one AFO. That's disappointing. Toma, me thinking, now. Me, domain expansion. Self-embodiment of perfection. I get both within my expansion. FO, but what is this? What do you think you're doing? When she was going to attack me, I transfigured her so that she has no arms and legs. Me, now that it's just the two of us here, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Toma, and you think I'm going to? Me, your real name is Tenka Shimura, isn't it? Toma, No. Me, your soul and your voice say yes, but I wanted to know why you became a villain. 𝗏𝗲, because of my mother and grandma, of course. Me, I knew about your mother, but your grandmother couldn't stay at home often because it could be dangerous as she was the #1 heroine at the time. 𝗏𝗲. Me, not to mention I find your quirk a bit suspicious, like a floating quirk, and your mother's telekinesis quirk was at decay. 𝗏𝗲, where are you going? Me, I heard that your point of explosion was when you awakened. Your decay quirk, I think it's even stranger that 𝗏𝗏 was the one who found you. Don't you think that's a little suspicious? 𝗏𝗲, again, what are you getting at? Me, I think whoever gave you your quirk actually AFO, don't you dare speak. Me, 𝗏𝗏, not to mention that Nana was killed by 𝗏𝗏, resulting in Nana's complete disappearance and the reason for your mother doing everything she did to you. Tenka crying. So this is all your fault, 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 is surprised that Tenka didn't call her 𝗵𝗃 UDMN. I knock her out and thus undo my 𝗵𝗃 hug Tenka me. Welcome Tenka, she hugs me but without touching all of her fingers to me. Tenka mind. Thank you, I think this could be a good start.